here, but somewhere else later on, nearby here. I'm starting off slow because we don't see anything right now.
What are those strange machines to our
Anybody
right?
have any questions before we get onto the main road? I see a hand up.
Are these parking lots here?
The question was just asked about the monuments and why there's no bullet holes in the monuments. There's two reasons for that. One is that we're going to go right here. One reason is that they knew the battle was coming, so they just made little things and pushed the monuments underground. And the other reason is that they were so good at shooting that they just aimed right around them. Why isn't anybody laughing? That was a good joke.
I liked it!
Somebody almost pressed the left.
The house on your front left, around this white fence over here, is the where the Union Army Commander George Meade is going to have his headquarters. This is not the original house, because the original house was hit during the cannonade on July 3rd. That's a second or third time that it's been put there. How many roads come into town?
10!
All right, good.
Woo! Winner, chicken dinner.
Right now we are coming across Cemetery Hill. On your left, you're going to see two state monuments, Delaware and Maryland, the two newest state monuments on the battlefield. There's only a couple states that don't have a monument. Can anybody guess which states don't have a monument on the battlefield?
New Jersey.
New Jersey does not have a monument. We're cresting Cemetery Hill here, which is the key to the battle. We're going to come talk about that later on. But right now, if you look straight ahead, that's the direction we're headed.
Oh, there's a McDonald's. They had that in Civil War.
All right.
McDonald's.
They just stopped at McDonald's.
That's truly American right there. True.
Very American. Saloon hours.
I actually want to go to the cemetery. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I did last time. But
I like looking at the cemeteries.
That's creepy, Brian.
Whoa, what's wrong with looking
So
at
in
I'm
1863,
joking.
the town of Gettysburg did not extend this far south. If you look, we're gonna cross straight here along Washington Street. If you look on some of the buildings, you're gonna see a plaque on them that says Civil War Building, July 1863. That plaque means that the building was here during the battle. People that live there are not allowed to touch 80% of the structure. They can design it however they want, but 80% of it roughly has to stay how it is to keep it going. If we are in any need of any medical emergency, look to your left. There's a hospital. Let's hope nothing happens. So you might see some of the plaques coming up here on your left. Maybe, not yet. There's one on that building. The gray house on the left. There is another one coming up, maybe on this brick house on the left. Potentially. Nope, I lied.
Oh.
We're still going straight here.
Oh, man.
This building on the corner on the right, also, there's the building there, and on the left as well. So you can start to see how sort of not populated that the town was. The town only had 2,500 people that lived in it, and on July 4th, if the census was taken on July 4th, there would be 2,499 citizens of Gettysburg. One person was killed. Anybody know her name? Of the one civilian who was killed?
I just forgot.
Mary Virginia Wade. Her name
Yes.
is Jenny Wade. You'll see her name as Jenny a lot of times.
Well, where's her house?
Her house we're going to run into later on.
Okay.
Not run into it. We're going to pass it.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry, Jenny.
So in early June of 1863, the Union Army of the Potomac. Yeah. In early June of 1863, Robert E. Lee is fresh off of a victory, his greatest of the war, at a battle called Chancellorsville. There was an exhibit in the museum. Chancellorsville. He lost his greatest subordinate that he had, a man named Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall
And now he believes it's time to invade the north. He's already done it once and failed miserably, but now he's coming a second time. Now, which major northern city do you think Lee is aiming for?
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. Why?
Because the capital.
You've got road network out of Harrisburg, railroad, and that big river that we crossed, the Susquehanna River. If Lee gets to Harrisburg, New York is only, well, driving is 2 hours, modern time, but you've got New York, Philadelphia, Washington, Baltimore, all within easy access on the railroad. So Lee begins his invasion on June 3rd. On June 9th, you have the Battle of Brandy Station, the biggest cavalry fight in the Western Hemisphere for 24 hours. And that tells the Union Army commander, a man named Joseph Hooker, no relation to that practice. Make that.
I like this house. I know, I want to live in it.
I know, yeah. But Joe Hooker is going to lead his army northward of 90,000 men. Lee has 70,000 men. And 3 days before the battle, Joe Hooker finds himself out of a job because he doesn't agree with what Abraham Lincoln wants. So what happens is that a new commander is named. Anybody remember his name? Meade. Now McClellan's already gone. He's already in New Jersey running for president. But George Meade comes and he writes in his letter that he is on his way to his execution because every Union commander up to that point has lost their job fighting against Robert E. Lee. So on June 29th and June 30th, the Union Army of the Potomac is going to send some cavalry out towards Gettysburg. At the same time, the Confederate infantry is going to begin to arrive from north and west of town. On June 30th, the cavalry under a man named John Buford, 2,500 men on horseback, are going to come riding into town, look off in the direction where we're headed right now, and see a heavy column of Confederate infantry, 9,000 strong. The infantry is going to turn around. We're going to go straight through the light here. The Union infantry is going to turn around. The Confederate infantry is going to turn around. The Union cavalry is going to move in. The cavalry now knows that the Confederates are here. Meade has found Lee's army, and now something is bound to happen. So on July 1st, 1863, the Confederate Army, General Robert E. Lee commanding 70,000 men, is going to begin to converge on Gettysburg. 6:30 in the morning, Henry Heath is going to send his division of 7,000 men into the town looking for shoes. That's wrong. Because on June 26th, the Confederates had already been through Gettysburg and were well north at already Harrisburg with shoes. So Heath begins to move forward. And as Heath moves forward down the Chambersburg Pike, we're going to make a right coming up just shortly. As Heath begins to move down the Chambersburg Pike, a lieutenant from Illinois picks up a rifle and fires a shot at 6:30 in the morning. From that point, you're going to have roughly 300,000 rounds fired over the next 3 days. Do you think guys on horseback could fight guys riding with a rifle?
Yes.
Walking with a rifle?
Yes.
Not really.
Why?
I mean, they can stall them, but they can't really do anything much more than that. So off in the distance to your left, is where the Confederate Army is beginning to move toward us. As they begin to move, Buford's cavalry is going to start to fall back.